Adventure in the Cursed Forest. Adam and Lila were 16, two teenagers bound by an unspoken connection that pulsed with the energy of first love. Their days were filled with laughter, fleeting glances, and the small intimacies of companionship, an exchanged smile, a shared joke, the comfort of a hand brushed against another. Each moment together felt weighty with significance, even in its simplicity. One radiant spring morning, the pair decided to venture into the forest on the outskirts of their town. The forest was known for its twisted legends, whispered by older townsfolk, eerie lights in the trees, strange cries in the night, and the shadow of a terrifying old woman with tangled hair who haunted the dense woodland. Yet for Adam and Lila, the forest represented freedom and adventure, a place where the mundane rules of life did not exist. Holding hands as they entered, they felt the warmth of each other's touch against the chill morning air. Towering trees loomed above them, their leaves filtering sunlight into soft, green patterns that danced across the forest floor. The chirping of birds mixed with the rustle of leaves, composing a melody that was at once soothing and alive. They laughed and skipped over roots and rocks, their joy punctuated by the excitement of being alone in this vast, mysterious space. Soon, they found a large fallen tree trunk and settled upon it. Lila's hair glimmered in the sunlight as she tucked a loose strand behind her ear, and Adam found himself staring longer than he intended, captivated by the simple grace of her movements. To pass the time and deepen their connection, they decided to play truth or dare. "Okay," Adam began, his voice slightly trembling with both nerves and excitement. "Truth first. What's the thing you like most about me?" Lila's cheeks flushed a soft pink, and she bit her lip shyly. "That you always know how to make me laugh, even on the worst days." Adam smiled, feeling warmth spread through his chest. "And I love your courage, how you're never afraid to explore, to try new things." "That's amazing." Their laughter blended with the ambient sounds of the forest, each moment a delicate thread weaving them closer together. Adam noticed the way Lila's fingers moved as she toyed with the bark beneath her, the subtle sway of her hair in the breeze, and he felt a magnetic pull, a sweetness in the ordinary details that made her seem luminous. As the day wore on, the sun began its descent, casting long, stretching shadows that seemed almost alive. The once welcoming forest began to change. Colors dulled, leaves rustled with a different cadence, and the wind seemed to whisper unintelligible secrets. Every step they took now carried a new weight, a mixture of exhilaration and apprehension. Then, between the trees, a dark figure appeared. At first, it was a silhouette against the dimming light, but as it drew closer, Adam could see the horrifying details: an unnaturally tall old woman, her hair long and tangled, her face gaunt and twisted, with eyes that glimmered in the shadows. Her movements were silent yet purposeful, like the forest itself guided her, and her cold smile made the hair on their arms stand on end. This was the woman of their town's legends, the forest spirit that had haunted local stories for generations. Lila gasped and clutched Adam's hand, her fingers squeezing his tightly. Their eyes followed her, frozen with terror, as she moved closer with a predatory patience. Instinct took over, they ran. Adam's hand remained firmly in Lila's, anchoring them both as they navigated the maze-like forest paths. But the forest seemed to conspire against them, familiar landmarks blurred, and every turn led them deeper into shadow. At one point, Lila tripped over a root, falling hard onto the leaf-strewn ground, letting out a frightened cry. Adam didn't hesitate. He pulled her up and planted himself between her and the advancing figure. "I won't let her get to you," he shouted. His voice, raw and determined, drew the woman's attention, buying precious seconds for Lila. He grabbed her hand again, guiding her toward what he hoped was the forest's edge. But the woman was relentless, her long limbs gliding unnaturally across the forest floor, closing the distance. Adam made a decision that would define them both: he would sacrifice himself so Lila could escape. With a shout that echoed through the trees, he confronted the figure, drawing her toward him and giving Lila the chance to flee into the darkening forest. From that day onward, Adam and Lila were never seen again. The townspeople sometimes hear laughter and cries echoing from deep within the forest, a chilling reminder of the young lovers who vanished. They became an enduring legend, a story whispered among families, the tale of two teenagers whose love was tested by fear and darkness, who faced the supernatural together and were claimed by the forest. The forest itself grew more ominous with each passing year, its shadows seeming to carry the whispers of Adam and Lila's bravery. Those who dare enter speak of feeling unseen eyes upon them, of fleeting glimpses of two figures holding hands, of the echo of laughter mingled with fear, a haunting reminder of a love so strong it defied both human limits and the sinister power of the forest. Adam and Lila's story became more than just a legend, it became a cautionary tale, a reminder of innocence, love, courage, and sacrifice. And so, the forest waits, whispering their story, inviting the brave, the curious, and the young at heart to step inside, and perhaps, to become part of the legend themselves.